Hello everybody, it's ArrangedKarma here, and welcome to Harem Protagonist. Now, this is a game that I have found on Steam Greenlight, and also has a Kickstarter. And it looks amazing. So this game, well, you'll see when we get into it, but I'm pretty sure you can figure out what's going on here. But first, if we have a look at the extras menu. Hello, thank you for downloading the Harem Protagonist Kickstarter demo as a prototype. There may be a few minor errors, both technical and grammatical. However, there are plenty of gameplay elements within for you to try out right now. First 2 weeks of the game, 7 girls, each with their own events, and a total of 37 events to discover, and fully animated sprites. So, yeah. This is gonna be fun! Right, let's start a new game, shall we? Excuse me. Let me tell you a story. A story which begins in the sleepy town of Machi, an unassuming place with an unassuming high school. There we go. A school which would be upended by the most suave, dashing, and beguiling of bachelors, whose female population would find themselves helplessly seduced by the enchanting allure of our provocative protagonist. I fucked it up there. And in this house, yes, this house, this one, here, he is. I can never get the audio right on these games, can I? Oh dear God, please no, 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 no! This is simply the wrong house. I have the wrong house. How incredibly foolish of me to arrive at clearly the wrong home. I don't see an armoire filled with sophisticated three-piece suits, nor the disgusting boudoir festooned with any manner of once-used lady lingerie. This is simply not the dwelling of our harem protagonist, and let us leave and find him at once. What's that voice in my head? Animation. No, 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 my dear lad. Go back to sleep. Please do not awaken and begin the opening scene. What is the point anymore? Yes, here we are. Harem Protagonist, you, my boy, and all you are too. Look at. Yes, alright, no matter. We can work with this, I think. What is your name, my young man? Shunjin-ku, is it? Well, that's not bad, actually. I have heard worse. Now, get out of bed, you rouseabout. There is much we have to do. Ooh, dialogue choices. Wait, seriously, what's this voice in my head? Hey, what the hell is wrong with my name? I like pancakes. I think we all know in our heart which is the right option. Ugh, please tell me you are attempting to make a funny right now. That you are joking? Look, it seems that you don't have many brain cells to rub together as is, so if you could just resist the overwhelming temptation to act like a blathering idiot at every available opportunity, well, that would be very much appreciated, Huh? What are you talking about? Wait, what did I just say? Never mind that, my boy. All you need to know is that I am narrator. As Harem Shunjinonist, it is your sworn duty to henceforth not make a complete fool of yourself, and instead use your wiles to attract all manner of lovely ladies to your waiting arms. Or don't. This isn't my show, kid. I just watch and say stuff. Well, okay then. So, narrator, what were you saying about harems or whatever? I have to get ready for school. It's quite simple, lad. You will find yourself in a wholly unique position. You see, with my unwavering guidance and your, physical body, you may find your very destiny forever changed by the path set forth before you. There are some quality girls that you fancy at school, right? But you haven't exactly made much progress. Girls are gross and have cooties and are not video games. What are you saying? The ladies always want a piece of Shunjin-ku. I can't get them off me. Well, yeah, I like a few, I guess. I had to. I guess that's it then. Credits, please! Alright, thank you for watching, and I shall see you. No. Listen, kid, a lot of people pay good money to see you assemble a horde of ravenous females, so you're going to do with this whatever you like, whether you like it or not. Okay. The narrator sighs long and slow. You hear the distant sound of the narrator opening a wine bottle. He begins pouring and pouring. He doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. Whoa! What's this feeling? It's an odd tingle, yet somehow it feels like I have a gut sense for what it is. Something. I can feel something. Ah! You can sense it! Plot! Yes! Plot? What? You see, you can sense where interesting things will happen. It's quite random, but don't worry about missing one of the events you've sensed. You may run into them again later, as well as uncover new ones as you progress. However, ultimately, how these events unfold depend on your choices, my protagonist. Let us continue by examining your stats. What? I think I am literally losing my mind. Your stats, my good man. Over here. I shouldn't have to explain too terribly what much of these are, A man is nothing if you cannot gauge his own worth. But those zeros there are your intellect, culture, and physique scores. Additionally, increasing a stat will make you inspired, granting you a bonus the next time you gain hearts with a girl. Right now, your stats are not too terribly impressive, but over time, perhaps you can find ways to improve yourself, yes? Right, here we go. So, we can either go look into Kyoko, I, or Ayano. Let's go for Ayano. I step out the door with a spring in my step. The air is crisp. I got up early enough for a full breakfast omelette with ketchup and even had the time to put on a fresh shirt. It's a rarity for me to feel so refreshed in this morning. Nothing could ruin my mood right now. Look at them sprites. Excuse me. I turn around and find myself staring at a girl with squirrel-like features. You have ketchup on the back of your jacket. I reach an arm behind me and feel the wetness. I raise my sauce-covered fingers to my nose. A quick sniff confirms that yes, indeed, I do have ketchup on my jacket. Darn. I knew this day was starting off with a perfect omelette was too good to be true. What? Nothing. Thanks for catching that for me. I struggle to think of the girl's name. I'm Ayano. We have homeroom together. Ah, yes, Ayano. Good to see you. I'm Shunjin. What? Yes, I knew that already. You're one of the liveliest students in our class. I must confess, I didn't find you nearly as memorable as you find me. You don't have a memorable face. Wow, that's pretty rude. You're one of the quiet ones. I don't like to draw attention to myself. I sometimes get flustered in class, and if I feel like everyone's looking at me. There we go. I was tripping over my own words because I'm very excited. I don't mind. I prefer being alone. You don't have any friends? No, I have friends. You need friends if you want to be any good in Beast Hun. Beast Hun? Ayano pulls a portable game system out of her pocket and shows me the screen, which is playing this graphic of a large dragon. Beast Hun, do you play? Nope, play a little. Oh, big fan. This is obviously Monster Hunter, I think. And honestly, I haven't really played much of Monster Hunter, so I'm just going to say no. I played it once or twice. Really? Beast Hun isn't the third game you play for just a little bit. It takes most people 10 to 20 hours before they start really getting into it. It's great because Vansa, the person you might know from my other videos, is really into Beast Hunter. Well, Monster Hunter, I guess, so, Well, I played it on a friend's system in middle school when he let me borrow it. That's basically it. I see. Well, it's a pretty good game. I was up until 5 AM last night fighting Gorps. I only stopped because my thumbs were starting to go numb. Do you usually stay up that late? When anyone playing Beast Hun, or Crimson Desert, or Nokemon, or Fantasy Quest. It doesn't happen very often though. Maybe 2 or 3 times a week, not including weekends. And most nights I'm in bed by 4 AM. When do you sleep? In class, usually. I get good grades, so most of the teachers think when I'm sleeping in class it's probably because I was up all night studying, which is technically true if you think about the math skills that go into playing a game like Nokemon. Remember kids, play Pokemon, get math. If you'd like to join me and get serious, I could give you some resources to get started. I mean, if you're interested. Okay! Sure, let's exchange contact information. We'll exchange contact information. Ayo begins tapping away at her phone, her thumbs moving so fast that they appear to be a blur. Moments later, my phone buzzes, and a message containing a list of links appear. Those guides should be in there to get you started. If you'd like to come learn, if you'd like, I can lend you some decent tier 3 gear, but should you be enough to last till you get out the trenches. Oh god. It's really still quite warm in England, so my window's shut as usual, so my brain's slowly but surely melting, and I think the part that makes me read is going first. Thanks. I should hurry up and get to school. I'm meeting with several people for our Nokemon trade later. Ayano begins running, and I find myself surprised at how fast she moves on those little legs of hers. I guess anyone can run fast when given the proper motivation. What an odd girl. Well, Let's level up a skill, I think. Let's go for intellect. That is indeed how you do stuff. Right, so I guess, you know, this is day 2 now, so we can either go for Kyoko, Ai, or Izumi. Let's go for Izumi, I think. Teddy feels especially cool as I walk down the street. I notice there's a strange-looking girl in the distance. It's hard to tell, but it seems like she's carrying something rather large. I walk up casually behind her, trying to find out what she's carrying. Whether it is its... Okay, that's a grammatical error. Whether it is the same colour as her uniform. But as soon as I get close enough to say hi, I tripped over a crack in the sidewalk. Gasping audibly, I must have alerted her enough to get her to turn and face me as I fell. I land face first on whatever she is carrying, possibly a large pillow, and though it was too dark to see, the soft, warm material broke my fall. Ah, get off me, you pervert! That was all I could hear from my vantage point. As soon as the girl pushed me away, I realised what I thought she was holding from behind was in fact her huge breasts, tucked into a tight school uniform. Jesus. What are you, some kind of creep? I don't know. I mean, that's clearly the right choice, but let's act at least somewhat like a person. I'm terribly sorry, miss. I am Izumi, and what is your name? My name is... Disgusting pervert? Wow. No! It's Shunjin-ku. Well, Shunjin-ku, judging by your outfit, I assume we go to the same school. Don't try anything funny with me. I won't hesitate to put you in your place if you continue to act like a brainless dick on legs. Well, hey, there's more to me than that. She smiled slyly, turned and left without saying anything else. I could almost swear she was purposely swinging her hips to make her skirt fly around. What a strange girl. Ah, yeah. It's Miss Boobies. We could go for, Ayano. Is that her name? I forget, I'm sorry. Or Ava. Sorry, let's go for Izumi again. Trying to concentrate on my studies at my desk, I notice some very large shadows looming over me. I look up to find Izumi glaring at me. I know what you did. She smiles slowly at me, moving her arms out to squish her breasts into my face. It's glorious for the first few seconds until she grabs my ear, pulling it up. Ow! That'll teach you for being a pervert. She stormed off. I hope my ear is still on my head. Worth it. Like, come on. Well, apparently that was the wrong thing to do, because her heart hasn't gone up. Right, let's go for Kyoko. Oh, damn it! I can't believe I overslept. If I don't hurry, I'll be late for school. I guess I'm going to have to skip breakfast today. Wait, excuse me, Shunjin-ku? I skipped to a halt, squinting against the glare of the morning sunlight. Huh? My eyes adjust slowly, a silhouette coming into sharp focus, blinking as the sunlight radiates off her head and creates a halo around her head. Whoa. Kyoko? What are you doing here? You know who I am? Of course I do. She's like the school darling. And the quest for nudes of her has been the holy grail of the upperclassmen. Wow, okay. They exist only in legend, part of the sacred mythos of our school. The point is, she's not exactly obscure. You're in the grade below mine, right? Her face lights up with my observation. That's right! I stopped you because, well, not too much trouble. Would you please sign this for me? She brandishes a piece of paper at me. You want my autograph? Autograph? No, this isn't an autograph. I'm collecting signatures for a petition. Which isn't to say your signature is important enough to be on an autograph. Ooh. Her face pinches as she's trying to figure out if she just insulted me. Of course it isn't an autograph. Why would anyone want a random ass autograph? I cough deeply. No, of course, that's what I assumed. Why are you petitioning this time? Destruction of childhood dreams and memories. Pretty good. Look at her eyes right now, look at them. She's demon. Sorry, I mean... Planning to head down the neighborhood playground, because as you see here, like, you see those little whites in her eyes there? When she did that, they were gone. Oh, I remember playing that when I was a kid. You're looking at the Monkey Vase Champion. Aw, that's adorable. but they might forget your title when they disassemble it and turn it into a dog park. I'm trying to stop it from happening, and I thought, if enough people disagreed, will you help? Anything for a good cause. You'll really sign? Sure, it's a special place. Take out her clipboard and add my name to the page. I can't let my childhood memories go to the dogs, right? But she giggles and takes the clipboard back. Thank you. It means so much to me. I just knew you would be kind enough to help. Well, I was the first person you asked? No. I thought people in the area would be more sympathetic. Most of them are too busy to stop, though. They just rush by, staring at their phones or ignore me completely. It's as though I'm invisible. Well, that's what you get for being a clipboard person, you know? Definitely not invisible. Everyone's in a rush this morning. Something clicks in my head, including me. Oh, crap! She glances at the time on her phone. Oh no, you're right! You're going to be late! We have to go! She grabs me by the hand so suddenly and practically whipped off my feet. Slow down! Hey man, you got a cute girl to grab your hand. That's pretty good for you. Let's go for Ava this time, I think. Well, school went about as well as I could have expected. Hey, move over, will ya? You're in the way of my shot. I look up and see a girl standing on the roof of the playground tower. Despite the fact that it's designed for kids, it seems a little too dangerous to be teetering around the top of. Out of the frame, please! It's the photographing lolly. I scoot over to one side. She puts her camera up to her face and looks for something behind me. Damn, I think you scared it away. Scared what away? I'm not sure, that's why I was trying to take a picture of it. But I'm 99.999999% sure it was a cryptid. It's a lot of nines. I don't think that's even possible. How can you be that sure? The girl hops down from her perch. I couldn't tell that she was above me, but now it seemed like she had a remarkably small stature. I just know, okay? Besides, look at my horoscope for today. She pulls out a crumpled piece of paper off a magazine page and brandishes it at me. Trust your instincts, you'll find what you've been looking for today. Is it me? The girl grins at me, and just she won an argument. Cryptids. I guess that's a potentially connection someone could make? You mean the only connection? What else could it mean? She gives me about half a second to respond. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. The girl looks around secretively. Just so you know, though. Her voice lowers to a whisper as she leans in. But I think that was a jacket load that was behind you. She straightens back up again. But don't tell anyone, okay? Okay. I swear, if someone else manages to catch up before I do, my life might as well just be over. A little overly dramatic, don't you think? Wait, I know you. Weird, I definitely don't know you. It's Angie, Ali, Ava. Yeah, that! You don't work for the school paper. Don't you work for the school paper? Did you just happen to notice that, or are you secretly stalking me? Ava glares suspiciously at me, and I swear she's backed off a little. I remember hearing your name. Yeah! You're a lizard, Harry. Nice. She doesn't look convinced. But yeah, that would be me. The teacher said I need an official excuse to be able to photograph things all these days. She pulls a face, making her disapproval clear. The school paper sounded innocent enough. So you're saying that what you're doing now isn't innocent? Don't be silly, there's nothing illegal about me going around town taking pictures. Trust me, I checked. Besides, what I'm doing is much more important than some dumb student newspaper. This is life-changing, no, world-changing stuff I'm talking about there. There are creatures of all sorts lurking around that we've only managed to catch glimpses of in recent history. But similar sightings have been recorded throughout history in ancient texts and paintings. Coincidence? I think not! You see now, I can't let anybody get in my way. Can I help? It's actually the first time I've got a response like that from anybody. Well, this is the first time for everything, right? I have to say, I'm mainly a lone wolf kind of girl. I don't really trust you enough to take on a partner or whatever. All I can ask is you keep an eye out for anything unusual that you might see around here, and report it back to me if you do. That sounds easy enough. What am I looking for? You know, just anything that looks out of the ordinary. You can research it if you really want to, but you can probably imagine standard lights in the sky staying stationary for an inordinate period of time. In terms of alien species, we don't really know, but I don't think we can go wrong with expecting to see some greys. There are 3 general types of greys that we've classified so far, A, B, and C. I'd expect you to be able to tell the difference, but you should be able to recognise them just from being exposed to them through popular culture. And then there are cryptids. They all look pretty different from each other, but most of them are half animal, half other animal, and sometimes half humanoid. That's all. Okay, lights in the sky, big-eyed grey aliens, and half monsters. Yes, pretty much. Good luck. Whew, that's a lot of reading. So, we've got good hearts for everybody. Let's go for Kyoko again. Time for a nap, otherwise known as math. Heft up my books and head towards my locker, but allowing students block my path. Come on, what's the big hold-up? Thank you for reading. Remember to submit any opinion pieces to the newspaper committee room, 224. Oh. She hands out a small stack of newspapers personally. Ah, sorry, I just ran out of newspapers. There's always a booth in the cafeteria. Oh, Shunjin-ku! She sets out a newspaper on top of my books. I saved this one especially for you. Are these classified? Oh, why me? Harem reporter. Oh yeah. I wrote an article about the playground. I thought you'd want to know how the petition is going. Oh, besides, I've seen you actually read the newspaper before. Most people will throw them away and never look at all our hard work. A lot goes into it, you know. Oh, and there's a tiny movie room I wrote as well. If there's more your taste. I guess it depends on the movie. Warlords of the Ninth Dimension. Warlord, wait. That's not Harem Warlords of the Ninth Dimension, is it? If you want to publish in a school newspaper, it's not. My god, my reading is just dying. It's a little secret, okay? She winks at me and walks away. Never expected to find my favourite obscure horror movie removed in a school newspaper, or for that reviewer that sings its praises. Keeps me entertained throughout math class. I might have to go home and watch it again. Yeah. I think I might want to get my skills up right now. Let's go for culture. Yeah. I'm inspired now. I think we'll go look at eye. Actually, let's get our physique up first before we do. Because I get the feeling that eyes one for very physique-y. Well, I don't get like plus 10 inspired though. Let's go for her. Forget the name. I'm sorry. I'm not very good at remembering Japanese names. Classroom. Click the bag under your bed. I dropped my book bag to the floor. I'm about to kick it under the bed when a piece of paper is sticking out the pocket. Curious. I pick the paper out of the pocket and unfold it. It's covered with what appears to be girl's handwriting. Dear Shunjin-ku. Oh man, could this be it? My first love letter? The budding of some new high school romance? Maybe it's something innocuous. Better not get my hopes up. I read on. I'm sorry for not asking you this in person, but I was afraid of what people might think and I was too embarrassed to ask you after class what people might be watching. When I first started middle school, my mom told me, that I couldn't keep locking myself alone in my room with my video games. At the time, I told her that I doubted that day would come, but recently I've come to realise that there may be more to life than game consoles and pocket game systems. How dare you? I've been too nervous to come out of my bubble, but now I think is the time. I was wondering if you, as a boy... Oh man, here it comes, the gushing confession. I was wondering if you, as a boy, had any recommendations for arcade games I should play. Whenever I see people playing them, they look so much fun, but I've never been too nervous to go play games in public where people could watch me. Sorry to bother you, and I hope you can come up with some suggestions I might enjoy. Sincerely, Ayano. That's her name, Ayano. It's not exactly the note I expected to receive. Ah well, I suppose I should be happy to see that Ayano's coming out of her shell a bit. Arcade games might be the stepping stone for a normal social interaction for her. Who knows? Today, arcade games. Tomorrow, karaoke. Well, it's a bit of a stretch to think a girl as shy as Ayano trying karaoke, but still. I guess her note did not ask her a response. Music, racing, or fighting? So, I think Ayano will probably like fighting games and she played Beast Hunter. I put a pen to paper and begin to write a response. Dear Ayano, have you considered trying a fighting game? I know that you probably play games on home console, but it's a lot different experience you play in the arcade against a human opponent. Plus, the experience of moving an arcade stick just seems so much more fun than pressing buttons on a controller. Of course, if you practice fighting games at home, I'm sure your skills will transfer over to the arcade version as well. Hope my suggestion was helpful. Sincerely, Shunjin-ku. I fold the note and put it in my book bag. I'll have to remember to deliver it to Ayano tomorrow. Hopefully no one's going to be passing her a note and gets the wrong idea. Right. Go to the arcade, that's the only thing. So this is Saturday. Okay, so this is the only time that can lead to this. It's a pretty good looking arcade if I do say so myself. I walk by the arcade and peer through the window. I spot a girl staring at a light gun game with perplexed expression. Her bushy hair makes it hard to see her face, but I think it looks like Ayano? I might as well stop by and say hello, and maybe give some help on the arcade game she's trying to figure out. Hey, Iono! She turns around with a startled expression, but visibly relaxes when she sees me approaching. Oh, hi Shinjin! I decided to spend my weekend in the arcade, I see. Is this machine giving you any trouble? Iono nods and turns to the giant screen in front of her. It's displaying a concrete wall, and the sounds of gunfire blare from the machine speakers. Ah, you never played Chrono Emergency before? Time Crisis, I think. No, this is my first time playing a gun game. This is a little bit different from most gun games. You see the pedal on the floor? Iono peers down and nods. I love how she's like saying that. This game has a cover system. Whenever you press your foot off the pedal, the character ducks into cover. When you step on the pedal, you emerge from cover and you can shoot the guys on screen. Going into cover is also how you reload. I just added the ammunition counter on the side of the screen. I see! Iono steps onto the pedal, and the giant screen lights up with the image of 10 bad guys, all firing guns at her. Gun games aren't for everyone's cup of tea. This is the one that has a lot of physicality to it. You have to deal with the gun's controller and the floor pedal. It's probably way different from the game console you used to. Do you want to try something else? No, I'd like to figure this one out. Iono seems resolved to master the gun arcade game. Yeah! You know, this is a two-player game. There's no system connected to this one. Sort of a competitive card game, where both players are on the same side, but they compete to see who kills the most bad guys who gets the most points. Okay. I slide next to Iono and pick up the gun from its holster. The plastic grip feels very comfortable in my hands, and as I pull the trigger, the gun rattles in just the way I remember from my youth. Well, I'm still in high school, but it's a bit too early to be reminiscing about days gone by. Ready to start? Iono nods, and we both position our hands on our respective start buttons. 3, 2, 1, go! Both slam start button. I both load into the game. I begin firing, and the bad guys start dropping like flies. Watch out for the rockets! I take my foot off the pedal and reflexively duck behind the console. The character watches the rocket sail overhead, and I step back onto the pedal and peek from cover and put several rounds into the rocketeer. I glance over at Iono. Surprisingly, Iono isn't looking at the screen at all, but examining the gun controller, turning it over in her hands. She holds the barrel of the gun with her left hand, pointing it towards the screen, and places her right index finger on the trigger guard. She fires off several shots before the rocket comes sailing at her, covering her screen with shattered glass visual effect. Insert 2 coins to continue. Iono, if you're not having fun with this game, we can try something else. No, I'll keep playing. I think I understand the game now. You know, you might have an easier time if you just hold the gun with one hand, like this. I hold up my own hand for demonstration, the use of the controller, but Iono ignores me and pushes several coins in the machine before selecting continue. The game switches back into life, and I notice that the bad guys on the screen are almost dropping as fast as they appear. I try to pick several of them off, but Iono beats me to the shot every time. It's not until we finally hit a boss enemy that I finally have a chance to put full bullets into him. Iono puts clip after clip into the bar with ruthless efficiency, and the level is over in seconds. The screen tabulating respective scores pops up. I scored a mere 550 points to Iono's 7,100. The screen displays a new high score message and prompts Iono into her name. I've never seen someone play like that. The way you handle that controller is certainly unorthodox. Really? This isn't how people normally play? No, I was trying to show you how earlier. People normally hold the gun like this. Iono cocks her head to the side and furrows her brow. You only hold the gun with one hand? Yeah, that's normally how you do with a handgun. Some people place both hands on the grip to steer their aim, but I've never seen someone aim with one hand or pulling the trigger with their other hand. You have 2 hands! It sounds like a waste to play the game with only one. Plus, if I shake my arm like this, I can pull the trigger with much faster than it could with just my finger. Iono demonstrates. Her arm doesn't push the trigger as much as it vibrates against it. No wonder she was able to fire the gun so fast. The way you play games is kind of strange, like the way you ducked against the rocket enemy. You only need to take your foot off the pedal to duck. Why did you hunch over? I guess it's more immersive that way? I don't know, I'm just sort of instinctive. When my character ducks, I duck. But then you have to retrain your aim every time you stand back up. I guess I was never concerned about that part of it. I just find it more fun to play games that I'm actually shooting a gun and ducking behind cover. Isn't that the point of a game? To have fun? I thought the point of a game was to win. Ooh, good choice. I don't know. I think games are entertainment. Having fun is just what's most important. Having fun is what's most important. But games are only fun if you win. There are some times when I play games with friends and had fun, even though I didn't win. There has to be a loser, and sometimes the person happens to be me. You say that you've had fun even though you've lost, but I bet you wouldn't have had more fun if you won. You were trying to win, weren't you? Winning is the goal. I guess that's the only one way to look at it. I don't know, it's contested she made her point. Well, thanks for teaching me how to play the game. I did have a lot of fun playing that. Do you think you'll come back soon and play it again on your own? If someone manages to beat my high score, I guess I'll have to come back and reclaim it. And it turns away from the gun game and just hands the rest of the arcade, and turns to me with a look of expectation. Iono seems hesitant to extend an invitation, but something in her eye Makes me want to think she wants to stick around for another game. Should we play a different game? I don't know. Let's play a fighting game. Okay, I'm pretty good at fighting games. You can pick the game we play. Yeah, fuck the tournament. Let's go for American or anime. Let's go for anime. Let's play Innocent Cog. I used to play it a lot in middle school, but the new version came out last month, and I haven't had a chance to try it out yet. It's a pretty drastic overhaul from the previous version. The window for the Roman cancel is bigger, and the system is now dynamic, so you can get a purple Roman cancel if you Roman cancel during certain frames. It's like a yellow Roman cancel uses less meter, and the game also slows down when you input Roman cancels. I'm not sure I followed any of that. I thought you said you played it in middle school. Roman cancels are a big part of the game in Innocent Cog, and makes Innocent Cog what it is. I never really thought about any of that. I just liked it all because of the unique characters. I highlight one of the characters and point it on the screen. Look at this girl. She attacks using her hair. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, Mirai is a crazy character. Her mix-up and aerial options are pretty mind-blowing. I think you're missing the point. Innocent Cog is a game that lets me play as a character called Lone Villain Man. What other games are going to do that? Well, Lone Villain Man was a playable character in Capricorn vs. Angel Synergy Widget 2. I think my point is getting lost. Why don't we just play? Okay, I pick up my old mainstay Lone Villain Man and Irina goes with Mirai, perhaps inspired by an earlier discussion, to try playing as a character who uses hair as a weapon. She ends up stomping me into the ground and I lose 2 rounds without getting in a single hit. Wow, Irina, you're really good at this. I practiced a lot at home. Mostly this game is just knowing about the fundamentals. You ever want to work on that, actually. You kept trying to throw out special moves that had easy punishes, sorry. I think you could be a lot better if you learned all the properties of your normals and figure out which of these are safe pokes. So, are you up for another round? I think I've had enough of the arcade for one day, thank God. Thanks for letting me spend the day with you. I had fun. Me too, thanks. Right, and I'm going to end it there because, let's be honest, my reading is atrocious. Ooh. Right, so, this has been Harem Protagonist. As you can see, there were plenty of girls we didn't get to. And if you want to give it a try, just, search on Google Harem Protagonist as a Kickstarter. It's on the Steam community for Greenlight, and I recommend it. So, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time.